Welcome to Denton Outdoors. I'm in the Guadalupe Mountains backpacking to one of the most remote campsites I've probably ever camped at. Come along for the adventure. I'm down in a little ravine right now, taking a break from the wind. It is crazy wind out here, but I think it is always like that in the Guadalupe Mountains. I'm on the El Capitan Trail and I'm camping at the Shumard backcountry campsites tonight. And I'm the only person with a site, and we'll talk more about that later, but let's keep hiking. Great view of El Capitan and the desert out there, but man, it is windy. This part of the trail is pretty brutal. It's not very wide and everything is sharp and pointy. I've been hiking in Texas for like a year and a half now and I haven't had any cactus problems. And I just kicked my first one and had to pull a thorn out of my foot. But I'm okay. We're gonna keep hiking and be a little more careful. I'm down in a little ravine right now. That last section of trail was really tough. I had to pay really close attention not to kick any cactus. I'm about to head back up, but I'm gonna rest my back for a little bit and get a snack and some water. I probably just climbed like 500 or 600 feet in elevation. Really great views out towards the desert, and we are really close to El Capitan. The sun is just beating down, and after doing that climb, I'm hot, but every time the wind blows, it's just bone chilling. So, gonna get some water, keep on hiking. Found this little notch in the mountain to kind of shield myself from the wind, but oh my gosh, over there on that ridge, fastest wind I've ever experienced in my life. It almost knocked me down a few times. The views are like unbelievable right here, but gosh, it is windy. So I'm gonna take a little bit of a break before I have to get back out into the wind. These are some crazy views. I just came across this huge area of just loose rock and really thick vegetation. And the trail was so hard to follow and I lost it. So I got this ridge right here behind me. I'm gonna get up there and look around and see if I can try to find it. Found the trail again, and we're getting pretty close to Shumard Canyon. We've got to cross this one, and then the next canyon is Shumard. Really great view of this canyon, but I have a feeling crossing this is going to be pretty similar to what I just did. Hopefully the trail's more clear. Man, this trail is kicking my butt. I just had my first fall I've had in a long time. I was coming down some of those loose rocks and just slipped. Luckily I just fell backwards onto my butt, nothing too bad. But yeah, a little scary. Just gotta be careful. I'm almost to Shumard Canyon though, so we're kind of almost in the home stretch. made it across that slope okay. The trail was a lot easier to follow. Still really overgrown and rocky though. So we started way over there on that hill and came across all these slopes. And now we gotta cross one more ridge and then we'll be in Shumard Canyon. Here's our first view of Shumard Canyon. Man, I'm not gonna lie, I'm really tired. I'm ready to be to camp. I haven't been showing the trail much, but we're still pretty far up here. So hopefully we start moving down soon. I feel like I haven't done a great job of showing what the trail's like because I've just been having to focus so much. But plants like that spiky thing, are like all over the trail, and I'm just having to step over them and push them out of the way with my trekking poles. And it's been slow going. Oh man, still beautiful views, but I'm getting pretty fatigued and tired, but I've got to make sure I stay focused because there are just straight drop-offs off the side of these trails, so stay focused and keep hiking. Still quite a ways up, but we're starting to lose elevation now, and the trail has actually gotten easier to follow, which is good. And we can see kind of almost the opening of the canyon. Man, I've been hiking in this canyon for like an hour, and I just keep turning and going up and down, and it doesn't feel like I'm making any progress. It's about 30 minutes till 5, and that's when I was wanting to try to be at camp, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Luckily, I still got like an hour and a half of daylight left, and I should be to camp by then. So we'll just keep hiking. Now it's starting to feel like we're in the canyon. The sun is not making the last bit of this trail any easier. I made it out of the canyon just before sunset. The sun is setting back there. It's really beautiful. I wish I would have got here sooner. I'm at this sign that says Shumard campsites that way, but there's no trail leading that way. So guess I'm just gonna walk that way and see what I can find. All right, made it to a campsite. I just grabbed the first one I could find. I'm gonna try to get my tent pitched before it's dark, and then get some more clothes on because it's starting to get cold. All right, got the tent set up. Got my sleeping bag and sleeping pad set up. I'm bundled up and warm now. So I'm gonna eat some dinner and then relax some, and I'll catch you up with everything a little bit later in the tent. Oh man, I'm in bed now. That was an extremely tough day of hiking. Maybe one of the toughest days I've ever had hiking. And man, I can't believe I have to do it all again tomorrow. But glad I made it to camp before it got dark. I ate real quick. I am so tired. I'm gonna go pretty much straight to bed. So I'll see you all in the morning. Good morning. I had a pretty good night of rest. Got my backpack all packed up. Whew, I feel very rested and ready for the day. And I'm glad because yesterday beat me down for sure. This is probably the most remote place I've ever camped by myself. I had to hike 9 miles to get out here. I'm the only one out here, and you know, I don't know where the closest human would be to me right now. So it's kind of crazy. This is probably the furthest away I've ever been from anybody. And this whole hike, I kind of wanted to push myself and see what I could do, and it's definitely been a challenge so far, and now we've got to do it all going back, but I feel ready, so let's get hiking. Man, it was tough to appreciate this view yesterday when I was so tired, but it is awesome right now. All right, I'm back on trail in the canyon. Oh man, I think part of why yesterday was so tough is because this last half of the trail was just brutal. And I'm really glad I'm gonna get it out of the way this morning. I'm gonna go really slow. It might take like 5 hours, but I'm gonna be safe. If I can get through today without falling, getting poked by a cactus, or twisting an ankle, it'll be a good day. The hike's going well. There are some, I don't know if they're barbary sheep or something else, but something that's kind of like a goat or a sheep on the cliff above me. I just barely got a glimpse. I don't see them now, but maybe as I climb higher in the canyon, we'll see them. Well, I'm not surprised, but I lost the trail. So I'm gonna go back a little ways to where I know the trail is and see if I made a wrong turn. Yep, 100% went the wrong direction. This is the trail I was coming down. And then I got to here, and then I thought I needed to keep going down this kind of ravine, but there's just a real faint trail right here. And I'm pretty sure that's where I need to go. Oh man, I'm enjoying this part of the hike so much more than I did yesterday. The hike is still going good. I just came through a really stressful section though. A lot of loose rock and pretty much a straight drop off. It's getting hot out, shedded a layer, got a drink of water. Gonna take a little break and keep hiking. Man, we have gained a lot in elevation. Oh my goodness, I just spooked up an owl. And this is only the second time I've ever seen an owl in the wild. If I get any good pictures, I'll put them up for you to see. We are done with Shumard Canyon. It feels so good to have that part of the hike behind me. But on to the next challenging part, what I called yesterday the slopes. So I've got 2 of these to get across. Real loose rock, a lot of overgrown stuff, and the trail's really hard to find. I need to make it to this ridge right here. This is the first slope I need to get past. This is the second one. But once I make it to this ridge over here, I have good trail for the rest of the way. So it's probably gonna take me like an hour to get across this. Hopefully no more. We'll try to be safe, but I'm gonna eat a snack and get some water right now. Getting through slope 1 pretty well, but this is the kind of stuff I'm hiking through, and that's what's making it so tough. Got the first slope done. I'm on the ridge right now, and then got to get this slope done and make it over to here. And once I'm there, should have good trail for the rest of the way. This section is so tough. I lost the trail worse than I had lost it when I was coming this way the first day, and I ended up way up there somehow and had to come down here, and oh man, but I've got it now and hopefully I can keep it. We're getting closer, but still got a ways to go. Well, I've lost the trail for a second time now, and I think it's up, so I'm gonna go up a little bit and see if I can find it. Oh man, I found the trail and made it across all the slopes. That's crazy how far I came. It took about 50 minutes, but got it done. No falling, no twisted ankles, and the rest of the trail should be okay. I have a feeling once I get around this ridge, the wind will probably be really bad, but man, I'll take the wind over all that any day. I'm making my way around the base of El Capitan now, and this is where the wind was the worst yesterday. It's a little better today, still really windy though. So, gonna keep hiking. We're almost to the El Capitan Trail. Literally like 20 feet that way is the fastest wind I think I've ever felt. Pretty crazy. The last couple of miles have been so easy compared to what I did this morning. I'm about to go down into a ravine, so I'm going to take a little bit of a break and get some water. Oh man, what a hike this has been. The visitor center is in my view, and gosh, I don't even know how to sum up what this was. I wanted a challenge. I wanted to camp in the most isolated place I've ever been, and I got all of that. This was probably the hardest hike I've ever done, and gosh, it was amazing. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next adventure.